Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. Listen, we got to talk about briefly about last night and what can we take away from this USC victory? What are the positive things that we could take away? I don't want to hear about the negative things, but what are the positive things that we could take away? And I got several things that I want to point out to you guys that I think is very beneficial. Look, tomorrow, me and Jaywalk, we had to kind of reschedule some things and shuffle some things around. We will go 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, we will be going live. That's 9 a.m. West Coast, 12 p.m. East Coast time. We will be going live, and we got a breakdown. We're going to talk about this game. We're going to talk about the things that Jaywalk seen. Jaywalk was on the field last night. I got some footage I want you guys to take a look at, some field footage that I want you guys to take a look at interacting with some of the players. And we're getting ready to go to that. But here's some of the things that I want to talk about that I think we could take away from this from a positive perspective. Number one thing I think is USC freshman class is severely underrated. And the reason being, when we look at Eleni Noah getting in there, he actually started the game last night. When we look at, of course, Tackett Curtis getting in there starting the game, we look at several different freshmen, and you already know Zach Branch, 200 and some yards, all-purpose yards. He went absolutely crazy. Nice 53-yard catch as well. That kick return, I mean, it was unbelievable. I have not seen a player like that. I hear a lot of people say Reggie Bush, but it could be Reggie Bush. But I think, he looked like a Dory Jackson. A Dory Jackson to me looked like that as well. But what Zachariah Branch did, and just seeing that he possibly is the most explosive player in college football right now. I don't think I've seen one player in college football that has that type of acceleration. It's one thing to accelerate, but it's another thing to accelerate and be able to cut at the same time. Most people have to stutter step or stop when they make their cuts, but Zach Branch absolutely cuts in stride. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think Dory Jackson did it. Of course, Reggie Bush did it. Very few people can do it like that, but I don't think there's a more explosive player in college football right now. So when I look at what took place last night, USC fans should be very hopeful for a guy like Zach Branch. All of the freshman class, we've seen several freshmen get in there and move and groove. And here's another thing that I take away. The defensive line actually had a great push. They played very well. All those critics that talked about Jamil Muhammad, they lost in the sauce. Jamil Muhammad absolutely, he looked so explosive coming off that edge. It was ridiculous. You guys already know I've been very high on him, mentioned him plenty of times, ample amount of times, as far as being one of the most explosive players in college football coming off that edge. And now you guys see last night, I'm impressed with Bear Alexander. I'm impressed with Anthony Lucas. I'm impressed with Keon Bars. I'm very impressed with Solomon Byrd, what he did and how he got a push. One thing we could say about this defensive line is that these guys actually improved. And so, look, man, I think those are the takeaways, the big takeaways, the positive takeaways. Do we need help in the secondary? It was some communication issues, as I stated last night on my live. However, I think that's very correctable. And when you look at, I brought it up several times. When you look at Kent State, played against Georgia last year at Georgia, and you looked at, how close that game was. A very close game. I think it was like 18-28. They came pretty close. And then you look at the San Jose State team that played against Auburn last year. So, and that was a pretty close game. So, man, listen, I think USC fans, to put up 56 points, and they came away with 28, it was a couple bust coverages. We know, and we'll talk about it. Me and Jay are going to break that down tomorrow. But look, that's all I got. Those are a couple things. But I want you guys to take a look at this footage I got from last night. Take a look at this real quick. This is from Jaywalk. Jaywalk was on the field. And look, those who don't know, I'm lost in the sciatic nerve sauce right now. I have a hard time. I had tickets to the game, great seats, row 11, but I'm lost in the sciatic nerve sauce. You guys see me sitting down here, but it's only for a certain period of time, But, he's talking about sitting down for 3 and 4 hours. I'll be lost in Alfredo sauce trying to do that. But look, man, let's take a look at this field footage highlights real quick. Information that Jaywalk was able to get last night. Let's go.
Yeah, y'all like that. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good game today, boys. Good game, boy. Good game, boy. Outstanding. I see you, Deuce. There it is. boy. Hey, way to get that money today.
Hey, had to.
Way to get that money today, boy. Yes, sir.
42, man.
Hey, Jamil. Love seeing you out there.
Yes, sir.
Love seeing you out there. You got a word for USCJ?
Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate you, USCJ. He know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. All right, T. Doing good, bro. Good run, B. Great game, Shane. Great game, bro. Oh, that's my fault. Excuse me.
We're probably getting sick of it now.
Hey, Coach, outstanding job. Outstanding job. Hey, you know we love you, man. It's coming, man. It's slow and steady, but.
Hey, fight on, UCJ. Fight on, brother. Fight on. These are some faithfuls, man. Hey, you lost in the sauce not being at this game, man. You lost in the, I know you was fussing about the defense. I know you was.
We all were.
I can't wait to hear your opinion on the defense. That's right. Hey, man. Much love, brother. Fight on.